Hey guys, it's Random Reviews. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to give you my Daredevil Episode 7 review. I wrote took down some notes so I could be more prepared. I won't be just floating up the head and talking in circles. So let's get right into this review. We open up the episode with Fisk being made aware that Angela made it out. She's alive. She lost a lot of blood with Daredevil's help. So Fisk knows that Matt's back to being Daredevil, and he's kind of upset because that's his whole thing about running for mayor, that no vigilante will run the streets, and he thinks people that wear costumes are weirdos and things of that sort. So he's not too privy about that. We cut to Matt and Heather. Heather asking him about the bruising. Where she's been. He says he went for a walk. That's not true. He doesn't really say it. But I think a part of her knows that he's Daredevil. Yeah, and they kind of tell each other they love her, which is kind of skimmed through in this whole show. It just kind of gets there. I'll come back to that later. But yeah. So I believe we catch up with Matt and Sherry. Matt asking him, "Can you dig some more to find out where Muse is gonna hit next? If Matt knows the pattern, he can catch up to him quicker." And then pretty much Sherry tells him no and stuff like that. So later we catch up with Matt at the hospital with Angela saying, "What do you remember?" And she doesn't remember much. He says something about faces, so you know where Matt's going next. But a little stuff happened in between there. I believe the police, they find his lair. They find all this weird drawings and stuff like that. Fisk is being made aware by Agent Kim, and he's asking, any sign of I think he says Daredevil, and she's like, "Well, we don't know. We didn't see nobody down there. We just, but just reassuring him that he's out there still." So, yeah. And while this is going on, Muse, Sebastian, I forgot what his last name is, but Sebastian goes and talks with Heather, and tells her a little bit about his life, that he was pushed into taekwondo by his parents. They had a coach that lived with them for a few months. Ironically, he kills him. They found him dead on the property, so I'm imagining Sebastian killed him. Yeah, and then he just gets more deranged as he's sitting there talking to her, holds her hostage. We catch up with Matt in the lair, touching the paintings, and he touches one that resembles Heather, so he knows where he's going to strike next. So as soon as that happens, the police show up with some. I'm curious now, who caught the police? Because there's no one else in the office that we see in the building. So who caught the police to tell them that Muse is there? Other than Daredevil. Who knows Muse is there besides Daredevil? We don't see Heather push a button or signal or something. So I'm curious how the police got there. Let me know in the comments if you can know how the police got there. I know how they got there, but how did they know that something was going on there? Maybe something I missed or I didn't pay attention to. But Muse holds her hostage. Matt comes at the right time. They fight it out. In the fight, Heather picks up the gun and kills Muse. He's dead. That was crazy. I didn't expect him to die, but he did. So the police get there, open the door. Muse is dead on the floor. A little while later, we catch up with Fisk. Saying and they're talking to the task force, saying Daredevil was here. Daredevil must have did this, killed him. And Fisk just tells them that let it out to the media that y'all did your jobs, we did our jobs. That Daredevil wasn't a part of this. Taking all the credit. As someone in his character would. So they take credit for it. We cut to Matt and Heather in the hospital. She tells them that Daredevil said her name, which he did. In a moment of panic when he sees her laying on the thing full of blood, fell to the floor and full of blood. Yeah, and we catch up with Vanessa texting Luca. That was something I forgot to write down in my notes, but Luca met up with Vanessa, and saying things were better when you were at the head of the table, and and I think Vanessa says, "You want my permission or you want my help?" And I think he says, "Depends which one you're offering," or something like that, something in that phrase. And I don't know what he was talking about, but Luca goes to the restaurant to kill Fisk, and Cashman, I forgot his name. Cashman, I forgot. Cash, one of Fisk's, I guess, main guys, I guess, and the Oval Office kills him for him. And I was debating that kind of. A lot of people were debating, did Vanessa send Luca there to kill Fisk, or did she send him there so Fisk could kill him? What's the angle with that? People think that Fisk's gonna kill Vanessa. Fisk's gonna kill Vanessa. I don't know, personally. But yeah, so that's pretty much my review of everything that happened. I know I skipped over a few parts, like the part with Cherry and the part I just mentioned with Luca and Vanessa, and I think there's a part where Blake threatens BB because he knows he's the one that leaked that story about the trash garbage from a few episodes before. So yeah, and he basically threatens her, play ball or they'll be hell to pay, So so all of our thoughts. I really enjoyed this episode. They killed Muse way too early. It would be nice to stick with him. I like the actor that played him. Did a very good job. Menacing and scary, intimidating. Yeah, but they just kind of, like I said in this whole show, they rushed through the relationship with Matt and Heather. We don't feel that. There's no build up to that. They just say, "I love you," and that's it. Yeah, it's kind of convenient. He touches her face earlier in the episode, and then he happens to touch the picture, and kind of too convenient, I guess you could say. But I love the fight scenes. The fight scene with Muse, and the one in the last episode was good. I really like the choreography. This season only has 9 episodes, so 2 more episodes left. I wonder how it's gonna end. But you could feel the rewrites and the reshoots and everything, that there was more on the table when they just had to cut and scrap it, So yeah, so I really enjoyed this episode. I really liked it. Would have been but it would have been nice to see him use more of a character for a lot longer, but we're not gonna get that, sadly. Yeah, so Fisk is the real villain anyway in the show. So yeah, so about going back to their ways little by little. Matt already going back to Daredevil. Fisk killed Adam in the last episode. Didn't kill anybody. Technically, didn't kill anybody. So we'll see how this whole rounds out. 2 more episodes, like I said. And then go for season 2 sometime next year. Maybe around this time, maybe sooner, maybe later. But yeah, so my critiques are just the little things like, they kind of rushed the relationship with Matt and Heather. Like I said, you could feel there's like there were scenes cut out, a lot of the fat was cut out, so to speak, which they made Muse more of a character than we saw. Yeah. No, Punisher, I wish we would have seen Frank again. Maybe they're saving him for the last episode. Who knows? Yeah, guys, that's my review of Daredevil episode 7. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you enjoying it so far? Is it good? You're not enjoying it? What worked and what didn't work for you? I really want to know. I really want to know from other people's perspective what worked and what didn't work. And do you agree with me or disagree with me? Yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.